Would you invest in gold or real estate? I got a comment on a recent video that asked, why would you bother with property? If you had liquid wealth, would you not just buy gold and get a 10% annual return? You don't have to deal with messy tenants, and to be fair, it was a good point. It got me thinking, with all the new regulations and the risk of a tenant messing you around, is gold a better option? In some ways, and maybe a lot of ways, I don't want to invest, or I don't think investing in your standard buy-to-let property in Ireland makes much sense anymore with all the rules and regulations that are out there. It's just not worth it with all the risks at the moment. But I still am drawn into real estate and real estate investment, but just not the standard buy-to-let investment. It just doesn't stack up anymore. In recent years, I've been involved in projects where clients have turned 10 million euro properties into 100 million in a matter of years. I was involved in one deal recently that resulted in an 85% increase in value over 3 years for a small development site. Another commercial deal helped create a value, or an increase in value, of 352% over 5 years through good asset management. And I'll come back to some of those examples in just a minute. But my point is, I keep getting drawn back into real estate. And I think if you know what you're doing and you're willing to put in the hard work and understand how to create value in real estate, it can pay off. But that comment on gold did get me thinking. Is gold a better option right now with all the new rules and regulations? Is it better than your standard buy-to-let? For those who don't know me, my name is Fleming. If you're new to the channel, I put out videos on real estate and just general economic topics, explained in kind of simple format. So hit the subscribe button and also like the video. Today we're looking at real estate versus gold. Which is the better investment now and going forward? A few days ago, I actually put the same question to my LinkedIn connections. The vast majority of them are in the real estate industry, so I was really surprised with the response, and I will share that response in a minute or two. But here's the situation. Gold has always been that go-to safe haven asset, and real estate has always been that go-to wealth builder because you can leverage it. But things are changing a little bit, and with all the new rules, there's a lot more things to consider. So before you go off and buy a bar of gold or buy a rental property, let's understand some of the numbers and let's see if we can create an edge for you. Scenario one, you have 100 grand and you decide to put it into gold. Let's imagine you buy 100 grand worth of gold today. Gold has averaged a return around 8 to 10% in most years over the long-term period. But let's say for this video, based on the comment that I got, let's assume a 10% annual return. Let's assume you hold it for 25 years. That 100k actually becomes 1.083 million in 25 years time, if you can see that. So you've turned 100k into a million. That's a pretty good result over 25 years, and you've had no tenants to deal with, you've had no leaks, you've had no boiler issues, and you've no phone calls in the middle of the night. But remember, that increase is purely based on price appreciation. Gold doesn't generate any income, it doesn't pay any rent, it doesn't have any cash flow. So your only wins are when you actually go to sell it. Let's assume in scenario two, you buy a property and you decide to leverage it. The classic model of buy to let with a mortgage. Now you take the same 100k that you were going to buy gold with, and you use it as a deposit for a property, let's say 300,000, and you borrow the other 200,000. Assuming that there will be an annual increase of about 4% on terms of price growth, that is generally the long-term target for property prices, and you can get about a 6% rental yield over that period. You hold it for 25 years. In 25 years time, basically what happens after you have paid all your mortgage off and the tenant has paid most of your mortgage off, or all of your mortgage off, you are left with about 800k in property value or real value, with the property paid off by the tenant. You've also gained rental income over those 25 years. Roughly after taxes and paying the interest, you roughly walk out with about 150k. So you've turned your 100k investment to a property value of 800k, and you've netted about 150k rental income over those years. So you've netted a total value of 950k. So you're there or thereabouts the million mark as well. So stacking up very similar to that gold investment. But this time you've got it through a more predictable approach through leveraging and rental income and not price speculation. Let's do a third scenario where you buy a property without any leverage. You have the 100k, you purchase a property, you find a property for 100k that you can rent out. In this scenario, you've no mortgage, so you have no interest or mortgage to pay. Let's assume the same assumptions, a 4% growth rate on the value and a 6% growth or 6% yield on the rent. After 25 years, that property is going to be roughly worth about 266k. However, you also have rental income from that property. During those 25 years, you've had no mortgage to pay, so you're probably going to net about 100k after taxes and repairs, etc. So in total, your return on that initial 100k is closer to 366,000. This is a solid return, it's safe, it's predictable, but it's nowhere near where you would have got to if you had leveraged the property, or in this scenario, the gold. In this scenario where we use gold, we base it on the comments that gold would yield 10% per year. Gold is safe and generally a profitable option. But let's be realistic, gold surges in inflationary environment and when there is geopolitical stress. And when also real yields drop. In the last 2 decades, we've had major shocks. We've had huge inflation, and we've had the crash in 2008 and COVID, which led to huge increases of money supply. And a 10% return on gold over the next 25 years might be pushing the boat out a little bit too far. However, in our property options where we borrowed, in that scenario, we've been very conservative in terms of the rates we applied, and we also didn't apply too much in terms of rental growth. So over the long term, there's a good chance that that property will achieve more than gold over 25 years. Let's go back to my LinkedIn question where I asked, would you prefer to invest in real estate or gold? I was really surprised that 42% of people said gold and 58% of people said property. The vast majority of these people who answered work in the real estate industry, so I was really surprised gold was so high. But why did so many people in this scenario actually choose gold? Well, there are some pros to gold. One, it hedges against inflation and a currency devaluation. So it's a good way to protect against wealth in uncertain times in an uncertain world. And that's perhaps where we are now. And that perhaps was why so many people decided gold over real estate right now. Gold also doesn't rely on the fact that you need to get income from your tenant every month to make it work. It's not going to generally be impacted by government legislation to make it more favorable for one party versus the other. It's very liquid from a global point of view, and if you need cash quickly, you can get it. Holding gold does come with some downfalls though. It doesn't produce any cash flow. You hold it in the hope that prices go up and that they don't fall too much. Returns generally lag behind other asset classes in a performing market because it can't benefit from leverage, or it doesn't have any income, and it can't grow from asset management. There are ways to kind of gain greater exposure or leveraging with gold with using some leveraging products, but that also comes with a way to magnify your losses extremely. Unlike real estate, when you borrow for real estate to create that leverage, it doesn't quite carry the same level of risk. If you want to hold a piece of gold rather than hold it in an index, and if you're thinking about 25 years, that is potentially what you want to do. You do face other costs like storage costs, insurance, and there might be some tax issues to holding real gold too, depending on your location. Gold isn't totally immune to government intervention. States in the past have recalled gold. It's not that common, but it has happened once in the past. They have made gold illegal to hold and recalled gold. But generally speaking, gold is a good hedge. It is a good way to protect against wealth erosion, but it's not generally seen as a growth engine. Gold's increases generally in line, as I said, with inflation or when the money supply increases. One could argue that real estate does the same thing, particularly if you adopt a hold strategy for real estate. But let's look at real estate in more detail in terms of its pros and cons. We all know residential properties have increased dramatically over the last number of years, and in some cases it's still showing that it's going to have at least a 10% growth this year. But other sectors within the real estate market have fallen, from an office and even retail. It's bounced back and come back in different areas, but it's not always been that rosy. But let's take an average real estate or residential property. Rental income has been generally strong or generally has gone up. Your yields are around 6%, and let's look at long-term growth, assuming that it's going to be 4% long-term. That means you're looking on average around a 10% yield on real estate. So there is potentially good growth there. It also generates rental income, and it has the ability for capital appreciation. So you benefit from both. You can also leverage it, i.e. borrow, create a mortgage on it, to improve your overall investment and returns. You can add value to property by asset managing it from repairs, redeveloping, improving the legal title, or changing the tenant. So all of these things can improve value. There are some cons definitely with holding real estate. One, at the moment, it's not that liquid. It takes a long time to sell, unlike gold where you can sell really quickly. There is also management requirements. You'll have repair costs, and it's heavily regulated at the moment, and taxes are just huge in some locations as well. It also is location specific in terms of its risk. There can be downturns in different regions which can hurt you, and also even things like floods or storms or fires in some areas can impact you too from an insurance point of view. But weighing it all up, the key point I think I come back to is if you can actively manage your property from an asset management point of view, you can choose the location wisely, you can tilt those returns in your favor far more than just a hold and hope strategy with gold. If you know what you are doing, you can improve the property value from upgrading the property, regearing the tenants, resolving legal issues. All of these things can greatly impact the property value. But you need to know what you're doing. I've seen as many people lose money in real estate as I have seen people make. I've helped clients grow property values from 100% to 350% over the last 5 years with good asset management. I've seen clients buy large buildings for 10 million and sell them for 100 million a few years later. But I've also seen other people buy buildings for 150 million to sell them for 35 million a few years later, or buy sites for 25 million to sell them for 25k a few years later. Property investment does come with massive risk, and if you want a safe place to put your money, gold is a traditionally good, safe place to put it. But it doesn't pay interest, it doesn't have dividend, and it can't pay you rent. But with all the regs that have been introduced, particularly in the buy-to-let sector from residential point of view, and more regs coming, buying a property and holding it may not provide the greatest return either. While it might be safe, inflation might eat away at those gains. However, if you are able to asset manage your property, you can create more wealth, but it comes with risk. If you found this video interesting or has provided you with greater insight into the market, please let me know in the comments below. I love to hear from you guys. As always, thanks for watching.